What's going on, guys? T2RX6 here, back for another third-party review, and today we're taking a look at the Xtransbots Ollie, and this is supposed to be their version 2, the one with the die cast and the fixed joints and all that stuff. So he's supposed to be better. Supposed to be. First off, it's been a while since I've seen Ollie in person. I don't remember these being this dark gray, and for some reason he just feels very unfinished, and I think it might be because this is all die cast here, so it definitely feels, it feels different, so I think it took the paint different, and as a result it kind of looks unfinished. He also comes with this other cockpit, and when you put that on, it's the same color as the rest of his plastic, and I think it looks terrible. And I don't remember the original Ollie being like that, but they did give you this other translucent plastic, semi-translucent. If you look carefully enough, you can see his face in there. And you can actually see a little burr where it came off the tool mark there. From the bottom here, now I want to point out that this has never been transformed by anyone. This came from Robert D, and if I didn't say that, let me say it again. Thanks, Robert D, for letting me borrow this, which is going to be a case on a lot of reviews coming up. He gave me a ton of stuff to take a look at and review for you guys. So yeah, Robert got this on the day of Skullfest, which I had attended by the time this is out a few weeks ago, and never touched this. He got it in that morning and brought it with him, and if you look at the stress marks on that. And right down here on this plastic, and like this one, like these are some pretty major areas that are getting stress marks on the plastic, and this has never even been touched yet. So, unlike most of my reviews, this guy's going to go to robot mode, and he's going to stay there. That's what Robert asked me to do. It's Robert's toy, that's what we're going to do. He comes with his gun here. The gun can mount. They say it can mount on the roof. There we go. It mounts on the roof, just my big ham fingers messing that one up. And then he has his little slingshot here, which does peg right into the back. Nice convenient storage of it. It looks decent. I can't complain about it in vehicle mode, even though it does look more washed out than I remember. Here is a Masterpiece exhaust, just for size comparison there. So let's try to get him transformed here without breaking him for Robert. We're going to take the front grille here, and we're going to disconnect the two sides like this. Once we got that, we can open this up like this. And look at that. Beauties of die cast here. Gotta love all the chipped off paint. Nothing says finished figure like a bunch of paint missing. Take these, rotate that down, rotate that, bring the feet out, and bring these pieces back. Now, I believe this is a new feature for Ollie here, version 2, the little foot stabilizer, heel stabilizer they call it, which is a source of trouble when you're trying to actually get him working properly. So from here, if I recall correct, these are actually supposed to be inward like this, and then we turn his toes around to the side. Yeah, I think that makes the most sense, if I'm recalling correct. Battle scarred Ollie, gotta love it. So now we come to the arms, we disconnect these, and then we want to rotate them completely down to the side like this. We take the back of the vehicle here up like this, and then we want to bring the arms to the side like so, and bring his head around and up like this. Oh, I forgot this little piece needs to rotate down on that super scary stressed out joint. Fortunately, it's not a big major transformation joint, so even if it goes away, you know, it should still transform. So anyway, with the back end like this, we get to fold these pieces in like so, and then this part's this is the part that even on the original toy was scary. They tell you to rotate the hand out, but I don't understand why you would do that with these pieces still in the way, because there's just no real good way to get them back like this. This should be out like this at this point. And if I recall correct, I believe we slide these in like so. Kind of looks like a Bugatti's back end a little bit. So then we can take this piece down and bring it around, and we didn't want to squeeze these all the way in just yet. That's right. We want to have them a little bit out, because when we squeeze them, they're going to clip in on both sides here of this guy. And now this piece is just here. You can just take it and fold it up out of the way in there, or just leave it down, whichever one you prefer. I like it in like so. Now we're going to take these, open up the little hands here, rotate these out on both sides. Come on. Uh-oh. There we go. Stuck. And there we go. We got our little Ollie in his robot mode. And you know what? I mean, he looks the part of Wheelie. I can't really complain about that. I do feel like he's more solid. Like everything here pegs in a lot better than it pegged in on the V1. Even though there were some stress marks, none of those stress marks really stand out to me as places that some catastrophic failure of your Ollie would occur. We can, of course, give him his little slingshot, or you can give him his gun. Whoops. There we go. I actually do think that this guy would survive getting transformed back and forth, unlike his predecessor. So let's talk a little bit about the articulation here. The head is on that swivel, and it's on a ball joint, so pretty good range of motion there. Ball jointed shoulder, bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow piece to give you pretty well 90 degrees on there. That hip rotation, that's such a bummer on these legs. I don't even know if it's showing up on camera that well, but I mean, like, look at all the little chips all over this thing. That is a real big bummer. Ball joints up there with the swivel here. I really don't think that the die cast here was necessary. These feel like they're die cast as well. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that they are. You have the knee joint here with the floating knee pad, so you can kind of move it around to make it look nice. Coming down to the foot, right down here, and I can't remember the foot being a terrible issue on the old Ollie to make him stand, but if it was, I mean, that's pretty solid. No problems getting him to stand there. Just a quick size comparison here. Here he is next to your MP Bumblebee. I feel that's the appropriate height for Ollie, or I should say Wheelie, to be. Same size as Bumblebee. And if you want your the Horse Optimus Prime here, you can see much smaller than Wheelie, which I think is just, it's perfect. It's the perfect scale for Wheelie. So one more thing before we go to the final thoughts. He also comes with this other face. It looks real rough. You can barely make out the details. I don't know if the paint is slopped on there, or if it's like textures from the printing process, or I guess the fabrication process. I don't particularly see much difference in the faces. Maybe it's just the spare one in case this one falls off. I don't even know how it necessarily goes on there, because it looks like it just pegs in. I don't particularly see any way to unpeg this one. Maybe if we took the screw out. I'm not going to bother doing that. You can do it on your own if you feel so inclined. Yeah. So overall, I think this is an improvement, at least from what I remember of Sonic. I think this is a better toy. It's a shame that the die cast is so easily scratched right here. It was, I mean, I don't know if it came that way out of the box. I don't have any orange chips on the ground down here, so I don't think that it came from the transformation process. But it's really scratched up, and that's such a shame because you could have just left this as the die cast, which would have given weight. This feels really unnecessary, and it's so easily damaged. If I am you guys, I would recommend heading to your local Games Workshop with this guy in hand and just try to find the orange that matches this, so you can touch it up later. I think he'll survive many transformations. He's not nearly as fragile feeling as the original, but I've only done it once and I'm not going back the other way, so maybe I'm wrong. If you have version 1 and he sits on your shelf and does what you want him to do, congratulations. I'd leave it at that, and I wouldn't bother buying the second one or transforming him a whole bunch either way. If you don't have him, I think he's a solid pickup, especially if you're a Season 3/movie person. Yeah, I think he's pretty good. So, yeah, this is T2RX6. Once again, thanks to Robert D for sending this my way to check out, and I'll see you guys next time.